The Zodiac Killer, a mysterious criminal that has haunted America for decades. In the shadows of history, he is not just a master of murder with an exceptionally high IQ, but also a challenge to the entire U.S. law enforcement, leaving behind unsolved mysteries like nightmares that never fade. Today we will open the portal through time, together speculating about the true identity of this criminal and the methods he employed. Tonight, let us embark on a chilling journey to explore this infamous case. Between 1968 and 1969, this enigmatic figure lurked in the darkness of Northern California, claiming to have taken 37 lives, although only 5 cases were confirmed. These numbers not only send chills down your spine, they also reveal how he mocked the media and the efforts of law enforcement, plunging an entire region into fear. He sent mysterious letters filled with codes, taunting every attempt to bring him to justice. Who is this cunning predator, spreading terror among everyone who crossed his path? What dark motives lie hidden behind his brutal acts? Prepare to unlock the secrets that have captivated the world's attention for decades. Do you have the courage to confront the darkness? Welcome to Shadow Mysteries. On the night of December 20th, 1968, high school sweethearts David Faraday and Betty Lou Jensen were parked on Lake Herman Road, enjoying the quietness of the night. In an unexpected turn of events, an unknown man approached their car. The horror unfolded as David was shot point blank in the head, collapsing in front of his girlfriend. Betty, desperate to escape, tried to flee but was gunned down as well. This brutal attack marked the first official Zodiac murder, leaving a community shattered and on high alert. The victims, once full of life and dreams, became symbols of the fear that would grip Northern California. Just 6 months later, on July 4th, 1969, Zodiac struck again in a shocking act of violence. Darlene Ferrin and Michael Mageau were sitting in their car at Blue Rock Springs Park, enjoying the holiday fireworks, when a man approached them, shining a flashlight into their vehicle. Without warning, he opened fire, shooting Darlene multiple times. In a miraculous turn of fate, Michael survived the attack, despite sustaining serious injuries. His description of the killer, a white male around 26 to 30 years old, would become a critical piece of the investigation. This brutal ambush intensified the panic as the public realized that this elusive killer was still on the loose. A month after the terrifying attack at Blue Rock Springs, the Zodiac Killer seized the public's attention in a chilling new way. On August 1st, 1969, he sent 3 nearly identical letters to the San Francisco Chronicle, San Francisco Examiner, and Vallejo Times-Herald. Each letter contained 1/3 of a cipher, later known as the Z408 cipher, accompanied by a demand. The Zodiac insisted that the newspapers publish the ciphers on their front pages, threatening that if his demand wasn't met, he would continue his killing spree over the weekend. The cryptic challenge captivated the media, law enforcement, and the public alike. It was a sinister game that both fascinated and horrified readers, as people anxiously awaited what could be hidden behind the Zodiac's mysterious code. The ciphers themselves were complex, seemingly a blend of random symbols and letters, and cryptographers across the country raced to solve the puzzle. Days went by with no solution, as fear continued to grow, and speculation about the killer's motives deepened. It wasn't until a week later that a couple from Salinas, Donald and Betty Harden, managed to crack the code. The message that emerged from the cipher was as chilling as it was disturbing. "I like killing because it is so much fun." Zodiac's words were a shocking glimpse into the mind of a killer who not only took pleasure in his heinous acts, but thrived on the fear and chaos he created. The decoded message also revealed that Zodiac viewed his victims as nothing more than prey, describing the murders as a thrilling game. He likened the experience of killing to hunting humans, a sentiment that horrified the nation. However, despite the disturbing message, the cipher left investigators no closer to learning his identity. The Zodiac's deliberate omission of his name at the end of the code, the final line which read, "My identity is," left unsolved, only served to intensify the mystery. These letters in the infamous Z408 cipher set the stage for Zodiac's ongoing reign of terror. His calculated use of ciphers, coupled with his manipulative relationship with the media, made him more than just a killer. He became a puppeteer of public fear, playing a psychological game that kept him in control. The cryptic letters stirred the imaginations of amateur sleuths, cryptographers, and law enforcement alike, fueling a nationwide frenzy as everyone sought to outsmart the mind behind the chilling words. It was clear that Zodiac's intentions went beyond murder. He wanted to assert dominance, control the narrative, and remain forever etched in the annals of criminal history. On September 27, 1969, the Zodiac Killer escalated his brutality during a picnic at Lake Berryessa. Brian Hartnell and Cecilia Shepard were enjoying a sunny day when a hooded man approached them, sporting a symbol resembling a crosshair on his chest. With a chilling demeanor, Zodiac tied them up and began stabbing them repeatedly. In a horrific struggle, Cecilia tragically lost her life, while Brian miraculously survived. His detailed account provided police with yet another description of the killer, which highlighted the distinct symbol that would later become synonymous with the Zodiac. This attack shocked the community, as it was now clear that Zodiac was becoming increasingly brazen and deadly. On October 11, 1969, Zodiac struck in the heart of San Francisco, targeting a taxi driver named Paul Stine. The attack occurred while he was driving a fare, and out of nowhere, Zodiac shot him in the head. Witnesses at the scene saw the killer leaving, but a police mistake in the description allowed Zodiac to escape into the night. This incident was particularly unsettling, as it took place in a bustling urban area, demonstrating that no one was safe from his wrath. The killing of Paul Stine marked the end of a series of murders that captured the public's attention, but it also served as a wake-up call for law enforcement. This was no longer just a rural concern. The Zodiac was now a threat in the heart of a major city. The public's fear deepened as the killer not only continued to elude capture, but also mocked the police through his letters, further establishing his power over the situation. The case garnered massive media attention, turning Zodiac into a household name and keeping the public on edge. In the years following the brutal killings, the Zodiac Killer continued his reign of terror, not just with acts of violence, but through his letters, many of which contained complex ciphers that fascinated and terrified the public. His letters were not merely taunts, they were mind games meant to display his superiority, taunting both the police and the public with the promise of hidden truths if only they could crack his codes. Among these, the most infamous was the Z340 cipher, consisting of 340 cryptic symbols. Unlike the previous Z408 cipher, which was solved relatively quickly, the Z340 remained an unsolved enigma for more than half a century, leaving experts and enthusiasts alike utterly perplexed. For 51 long years, cryptographers, amateur codebreakers, and Zodiac enthusiasts pored over the Z340, trying every method imaginable to decode it. Numerous theories and techniques were attempted, from substituting symbols for letters to complex algorithms, but nothing seemed to work. The cipher became a symbol of Zodiac's intellectual dominance, a puzzle that taunted those who sought to understand the mind behind the mask. Each failure to solve it only added to the mystique surrounding the killer, further embedding him in the public's psyche as an almost mythical figure, an unsolvable puzzle in his own right. Then in December 2020, a major breakthrough occurred. A team of 3 independent cryptographers, David Ornschak, Jarl Van Eyck, and Sam Blake, finally cracked the code using advanced cryptographic techniques and modern computing power. The decrypted message did not contain Zodiac's identity as many had hoped, but instead revealed a chilling message that was just as unsettling as his previous communications. Zodiac wrote, "I hope you are having lots of fun in trying to catch me. I am not afraid of the gas chamber because it will send me to paradise all the sooner because I now have enough slaves to work for me." This revelation was a stark reminder of the Zodiac's twisted sense of superiority and his deeply disturbed view of his victims as mere pawns in his delusional game. The message also confirmed what investigators had long suspected, that Zodiac had no intention of being caught and was more interested in the psychological game of control and manipulation. The Z340 cipher solution reignited interest in the Zodiac case, sending a wave of excitement and speculation through true crime communities. The decryption opened the door to new theories about his identity and motives, with some speculating that hidden meanings or further clues could still be buried within his other communications. The fact that the Zodiac could keep the world in suspense for over 5 decades with a single cipher speaks volumes about his manipulative nature. His use of puzzles and ciphers was not only a means of communication, but also a method of asserting control. He dictated the terms of his infamy, forcing society to play his game, even when he had long since disappeared from the public eye. Each unsolved puzzle kept his legacy alive, ensuring that even in his absence, his name would continue to provoke fear and intrigue. Zodiac's letters and ciphers were, in essence, a continuation of his crimes. Even when he wasn't physically attacking victims, he was psychologically terrorizing the public, making them feel powerless and constantly reminding them of his presence. The Z340 cipher, once decoded, may not have revealed his identity, but it did showcase the depth of his narcissism and cruelty, reinforcing his image as a criminal mastermind who thrived on fear. This long unsolved puzzle stands as a testament to Zodiac's lasting impact, a legacy not just of bloodshed, but of manipulation, power, and mystery that continues to captivate and horrify people even today. Over the decades, the Zodiac Killer's identity has remained one of the most perplexing mysteries in criminal history. Several theories and suspects have emerged, each with compelling details, but none leading to a definitive conclusion. One of the most well-known suspects was Arthur Lee Allen, a convicted child molester who died in 1992. Allen had many connections to the case that made him stand out. He had been discharged from the Navy for reasons related to mental health, and during the period of the Zodiac killings, he lived near the crime scenes. His affinity for ciphers and obsession with the Zodiac symbol, even owning a Zodiac brand watch, seemed more than a coincidence. Allen also told acquaintances about his fantasies of hunting people and later made disturbing remarks about enjoying the murders. Despite this, DNA evidence obtained from Zodiac letters in the 2000s did not match Allen's, leaving his connection unresolved. Another strong suspect was Richard Gaikowski, a journalist with a controversial background. He worked for a left-wing newspaper in the San Francisco Bay Area, which some believe aligns with Zodiac's anti-establishment rhetoric. Gaikowski's physical appearance closely matched witness descriptions, and he was living in Northern California during the time of the killings. One witness, a police dispatcher who spoke to the Zodiac by phone, even claimed Gaikowski's voice matched the killers. Ross Sullivan was another man of interest. He worked at the Riverside City College Library, where one of the Zodiac's earliest potential victims, Sherry Jo Bates, was killed in 1966. Sullivan's colleagues reported that he disappeared for several days after the murder, and his physical appearance, tall, heavy-set, and wearing military-style boots, matched descriptions of the Zodiac seen at the scenes of later crimes. Sullivan had a history of mental illness and was known to have an interest in cryptography, further linking him to Zodiac's cryptic messages. Additionally, another controversial theory points to Ted Kaczynski, also known as the Unabomber, who was active in the same area and had a similar pattern of sending taunting letters to authorities. While there is little concrete evidence to directly link Kaczynski to Zodiac, the idea that both men were highly intelligent and shared a hatred for modern society has led some to believe they might have been connected. There were other suspects as well, ranging from individuals who falsely confessed to being Zodiac to former law enforcement officers who fit some of the physical and circumstantial descriptions, but never provided any solid evidence. As time has passed, DNA testing has ruled out many of these suspects, but without a perfect match, the true identity of the Zodiac Killer remains unknown. This mystery continues to fascinate the public, as the Zodiac's ability to taunt law enforcement, evade capture, and manipulate the media has kept his case alive in infamy. The enduring speculation and growing interest in cold cases ensure that discussions about the Zodiac Killer's identity and motives will continue for generations to come. In recent years, advancements in forensic science and DNA technology have sparked renewed interest in the Zodiac case. In 2021, the San Francisco Police Department announced that they were using DNA evidence from the envelope Zodiac sent to try and identify the killer. This development has brought hope to both investigators and families of the victims who have long awaited justice. Additionally, popular media portrayals, including documentaries, podcasts, and films, have kept the story alive in public consciousness. The case remains a chilling reminder of the unsolved mysteries that can lie just beneath the surface of our communities. As technology evolves, so too does the possibility of uncovering the truth behind one of America's most infamous killers. As we reflect on the horrifying legacy of the Zodiac Killer, it becomes clear that this case transcends mere crime. It is a cultural phenomenon that has fascinated and horrified generations. The killer's ability to elude capture, along with the chilling messages he sent, has embedded his story in the fabric of American true crime history. While many questions remain unanswered, the enduring quest for justice and the truth continues to inspire both amateur detectives and professionals alike. As long as the mystery lingers, so too will the fear and intrigue surrounding the Zodiac Killer. Who knows? Perhaps one day, the true identity of this elusive figure will finally be revealed, bringing closure to the families affected by his horrific acts.